Rayleen.
I'm here. I made it.
I've been ready for this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. We're going to have so much fun.
I'm excited. Thank you
This is
for
going to be a good podcast.
the charcuterie board.
Of course. You know, I always come with the snacks and...
You know my big bag self has to go
Yeah.
in. Sorry.
The little piece.
Okay. Me and you, we're just going to go straight into it.
Okay.
I've known you technically the longest out of
Yeah.
all my friends in STG and outside of all that. I've known you since high school.
No, literally.
Did you remember me at all? Don't lie either.
I don't.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't. I really don't.
It's okay,
but it's
Chad.
only because I feel like we had different friend groups.
Yeah.
We didn't hang out around like the same people. You know
Right.
what I mean? So I just feel like
And what year
we
did you
never
graduate?
17.
Okay, so you're only 1 year older than me.
Yeah.
But I remember you in high school. Yeah, I remember you in high school. How was your high school experience overall? Do you ever miss it?
I do. I just wish I did a lot more. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, I mean, I was in dance and then I did soccer, but I got pregnant at 17. So I was a senior in high school. And I feel like once I found out, like, I became pregnant, like, I lost a lot of friends. You know what I mean? And not only that, but I was in, like, a toxic relationship. So I wasn't able to do senior ditch day. I didn't get to do prom or homecoming. And, like, he was already, like, out of high school. So I was like, ew, I'm not going to be that person that brings their partner. You know what I mean? And they're not even in high school. So I was just like, yeah, no. But I just wish I was, like, able to just experience more.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to bring up, and you already brought it up. You were the first ever, like, person around my age that got pregnant.
Yeah.
And I can say something on behalf of, like, people who knew you growing up. Like, we were all shocked. Like, oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Like, I didn't know you could have kids this young.
No, literally. You know what? What's crazy is, like, this is going to probably sound bad, but, like girls that get pregnant in high school, they're talked about. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're made fun of. Like, oh my gosh, that girl's pregnant in high school. Because honestly, it is bad. You know what I mean? But things happen, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. Like, I just don't really believe in the other route. And so I was like, no, like, God's not going to give me what I can't handle. So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. And it was scary. I was so scared. Like, for one, to even tell my parents, especially my dad, like, my dad didn't talk to me for 3 months. We were in the same house. Imagine how awkward that is. And then I remember one night my dad, he was just sitting on the couch and I was just sitting there. Like, we would legit be on the couch, not one word, because he was so upset with me. He just started crying. He was like, we used to make fun of girls and now you're one of them. You're pregnant in high school.
Yeah.
He's like, I just want you to finish school. That's all I ask. Like, blah, blah, blah. And then I feel like after he did that, it was getting closer to my due date. And then I just feel like he really became like my best friend. Like, he was there for me 100%. Any craving, it could be 12 o'clock at night, he's getting it for me.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even when I was giving birth, he was in the room with me. And like, he obviously stayed behind. He didn't want to see any of that.
Yeah.
But like, he wanted to just make sure I was okay. And like, he was just combing my hair. Like, after that, like, he was just very supportive. But of course, like, parents wish nothing but the best. And I feel like also at the time, like, the person I was with, like, my dad 100% did not like him. And so like, he's like, oh my gosh, like, it probably just made it worse. But I get it. Like, as a parent, like, of course you feel that way. So
Right. But like I said before, I've known you for a long time.
Yeah.
And even though me and you weren't like friends, I was also friends with Athena.
oh yeah,
So through Athena,
because I feel like you guys had like a lot of mutual friends.
We
And you
did.
were on the football team, so I feel like she knew a lot of people on the football team.
yeah, and Athena's just out there.
Yeah, she was.
A lot of, if you don't know Athena, her sister, she's,
I feel like she's more out there now than before, because
think so.
Athena was so like quiet. Like, she did a full 360 low key.
Yeah.
Like, when she got with you know who.
yeah. But when you left high school, I don't really keep tabs on people.
Yeah.
But you were somebody who was always a topic of discussion, because
Still am.
when I left, there you go, popular stuff. When I left high school, obviously we had some mutual friends, but not a ton.
Yeah.
But everybody knew who you were. So I kind of wanted to ask you, before we get to Reese and, you know, Apollo and all the kids, tell me like a little bit of that transition of trying to find yourself and like what you wanted to do in life. Like, what was your, none of us has goal. Like, how do I say this? We all have an idea of what we're going to do in our life, but we don't know what's going to happen when we get there.
Yeah.
So obviously before you met Reese and all that, what was like your, I'm a young mom, what do I do next?
Yeah, no, literally. So first of all, I don't really like talk about it, but like I didn't even get to finish high school because I had to work, and my parents, they worked. I couldn't rely on them to like stay home from work, so that way I could, you know, go to school and go to work because I didn't have a babysitter. And so sometimes it would just get really hard. And then like it got to the point where I was like, I have to provide for my daughter, you know, and then I ended up getting pregnant with Mila. And so I was like, I gotta work. Like I low-key had to choose. I was doing online, but also I just felt so like discouraged and like defeated because I was like, things just got really hard. And then, you know, I didn't have the best partner to help me and, you know, be there for me. So I was basically a single mom, like just trying to figure it out. And I just worked. I literally just worked. I always wanted to be like a dancer or like, I don't know. I kind of wanted to just be like, I thought I was going to be living in California or something, you know? But that didn't happen. I was working in the restaurant industry for a while. I was working at Whiskey Rose. It was like a bar in Westgate. It's closed now, but that was probably like my first like serving job and like first like time in the restaurant industry. No, it was actually my second. But I was serving. Honestly, I loved it. Like football Sundays, the energy at Westgate was like great, but then obviously it got freaking
Crazy.
It's bad now. But I really didn't know what I was gonna do. I felt like I did feel lost. I definitely went through like postpartum depression. Like I was really struggling because I was fighting to have like my family and like, you know, just be a whole, but on like it just couldn't happen with like the person that I was with. And I was probably in like the most darkest place of my life. And I ended up getting a really good job leasing apartments. And I was like, okay, like this is cool. And then I kind of thought like maybe I could be like a realtor or, you know, I don't know. Like I was like, and then I was going to even go back to school, like as I was working as a leasing agent. But then life kind of just like hit me fast, and I was like, I got to do like focus on the now and figure out like what I'm doing now, you know?
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I kind of just like started putting myself first because I mean I had to put me and the girls first. I got out of that toxic relationship and I finally felt like peace, and like I was like, okay, like I can breathe, and I feel like I just poured into myself. I had just turned 21, so I was able to go drink. And I never really hung out with friends or anything like that because I felt like I always had mom guilt. But my parents would literally be like, you need to go like get out of the house, you need to go hang out, like we'll keep the kids. Like they kind of pushed me to like get out there and have a life for myself because I wasn't just a mom. I wasn't freaking just, I didn't have to just go to work and come home, you know?
Yeah.
And then at that time I did have my apartment because when you work in a leasing office, you can get your, like you can get an apartment like discounted. It's also like, hell yeah, I get to get out of my parents' house. Like it was like the best feeling ever. But as far as like knowing what I wanted for myself, I was just like, I don't know. I'm kind of just rolling with the punches and doing what I can, you know? So.
I think I have a special insight to your life that a lot of people on social media don't have, or just in general, a lot of people don't have, because I've known you for so long, not like on on this level, but since I've known of you, I've known that you've gone through a ton of stuff, and we won't get into all the little stuff, but that's one thing that I've always wanted to compliment you on in person, and finally this is me doing it.
You.
Like you've been through a lot of stuff, and a lot of people on social media don't see that. And
I feel like people that know me from back then, like they know like what I had to go through.
But everybody just sees you now, and you're just so bubbly. Like whenever you walk in the room, like you know, you include everybody and you light up the room wherever you walk into.
thank
But a
you.
lot of people don't realize, like, it's a lot of strength to get to that point. And that was just one thing I wanted to compliment
thank
you,
you.
is your just will and determination to just be happy. And you're crushing it now. So
thank
you were a leasing agent.
Yeah.
So when did you know, he already told us his story.
Yeah, I know.
So I want to hear from your side
Yeah.
now.
So basically, back, I think, yeah, it was in 2020 during COVID.
Yeah.
I was still doing leasing. We were considered, what is that word? I'm having a brain fart. Where you had to work during COVID.
Oh, essential workers.
Yeah, so I had to work, but no one was coming and buying or renting apartments. People were
Right.
losing their jobs, so it was really hard trying to freaking sell these apartments, and it was super slow. So I remember it was at the Aldea apartments, you know, the ones right
Yeah.
here. I was sitting in the office working and not even really working. I was on my phone. And he had DM'd me, and at first, because I really didn't know a lot about him, like everyone says, because Jordan's always kind of like just been to himself, and like he never was really like out there too much. Well, I never saw that side of him, and I knew him as Justice's little brother.
Right.
And so when he DM'd me, I really didn't even know he made like music like that. And so I feel like, I don't know, it kind of was like nice to like not really know much about him and like get to know him.
Yeah.
And so he DM'd me and he's like, Rayleen, I've waited too long. And I was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, because
that was his first DM?
Yes.
Oh.
And so I just feel like this might sound crazy, but I feel like once I became single, like a lot of people that used to know me from high school, stuff like that, were definitely trying it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh my gosh. And then we started out as like literally just friends. We'd always do Taco Tuesdays. Him and I ended up having a roommate. And they really like knew each other and they were like kind of close. We all had like the same friends. So I'm like, how come we've never crossed paths
Right.
if like we have so many mutuals? And she was always trying to get us together. I'm like, girl, like I'm not gonna date this man.
Yeah.
And so I was like, he could just be someone I have fun with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like we had hung out and like I remember like texting him like, come cuddle, you know what I mean? And so like after that, like that was like the first time. And we would just like hang out. Like I genuinely just like wanted to like have him as a friend and kind of like keep him around, I guess you can say. But I ended up just falling in love with him. Like I remember I cut things off because he had called me a couple times and
I remember that.
I just, yeah, like he was crying and I was like, damn, like it's not fair that I don't know what I want. And this man, he's like ready and like ready to go all in. But I didn't trust that. I didn't know if I was ready for that. And I was still kind of like scared. And I was like, I don't know. And so I was like, I got to stop talking to him completely because like he's gaining these feelings. I'm not sure of how I'm feeling. I don't want to keep hurting him.
Yeah.
And those 2 days probably felt like weeks. And I was like, I'm just going to text him. Like my heart was with him. And like, of course, like other guys were like there or whatever, like trying to keep company. But I was like, my heart is genuinely with Jordan. And I was like, all I could think about was him. And like he knew my whole routine. Like sometimes like he would show up with lunch on my lunch breaks or he'd bring me smoothies or he'd FaceTime me just to hang out. And like he literally knew my routine. He knew like I would get off of work, go pick up the girls, and then I'd go home, dinner, shower, like all of that. And so I was like, yeah, obviously I'm feeling this way for a reason. We had Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
And it was at his apartment. And then I remember going home and I texted him. I was like, you could spend the night if you want.
If you want.
This boy literally came and it was on May 18th. And ever since that day, we have never slept without each other. Like we've just been around each other. And then we got a place together. We just started growing together. And like, now we're here, married, 3 kids.
I think one thing that you kind of left out is there was a big elephant in the room, which is you had kids. And that was one thing that I asked him, and I got his perspective of, you know, him not having kids and then taking on 2 basically overnight.
Yeah.
But how much of that was in the back of your mind when like, hey, I don't really want a relationship? And then what about him made you feel comfortable?
So, I mean, it was kind of hard to like never not have my kids when we would hang out. And so sometimes he would come over, but I knew he was like, I could just tell right off the bat he was like a great person, so I wasn't scared to like bring him around. So there was a couple times where the girls were home with me and we would hang out, and when he would leave they would cry. I was like, what the heck? But like, he was just so playful with them. Like, I could tell he was really good. Not only that, but he had a goddaughter, and he would be sending me snaps like, oh, look at me,
Look
my
at me.
goddaughter. Like, just trying to be like, hey, I'm good with kids. But of course, like, they were on my mind 100% because I wasn't just trying to like mess around, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to be sure that it was going to be like something for sure, you know? And so, yeah, I'm having a brain fart, but
Because I think you have like you can speak for a lot of moms out there who are single moms
because
and
it is
stuff like
scary,
that.
because you're
And
not just thinking for yourself, you're thinking for you and your kids. And I was like, okay, like if we go all in, like it needs to be 100%, because I don't want you to come in and then like 6 months go by and like this isn't what you want, and then like, you know, like my daughters are over here like attached, and then, you know, that gets ripped from them. I didn't want that. And I remember him telling me like, that doesn't scare me, like I'm all in, like you just need to trust me. And I was just like, like trust is not something I got right now. But then yeah, like he's just the best dad ever. And I still, oh my god, I literally remember, so Mila, she was young when we got together. She was like 1.5, and she started calling him dad, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And Ileana, she was older, so she kind of like knew, but I remember when she asked me if she could call him dad, and I was like, oh my gosh. I've never like, and I never made decisions for my daughters. Like any relationship that they have, like to this day, like it's their choice, and like, you know, they wanted to call him dad. He was okay with it. And like, I just knew he wasn't going anywhere. So I was like, yeah, like that's fine, you know?
Yeah.
But I know it made Jordan feel so good too. So.
Yeah. I bet that was a heartwarming feeling.
Yeah, it was. No, I wanted to cry. I was just like, oh my gosh. So
then he gets accepted. So now he's a part of your life. Well, he was carrying some baggage too. He had a following. He was doing music. He's part of a family.
Yeah.
So how was it going from, you know, just Rayleen to, oh shoot, now a lot of people are looking at me. Like, was it ever like a little overwhelming? How did you kind of navigate those waters together? Did you guys ever talk about that, or it just kind of naturally progressed over time?
I don't feel like it was ever like a lot for me. The only thing that I had to learn was to not like comment on everything, because you really don't. Like, no one really knows you. They don't know your life. They don't know like what I went through. So like ignoring those things were kind of like hard for me. But as far as like him like being in the music industry and all of that, it did take some getting used to, because I knew that he had to do music videos with like other girls, and like coming from like a previous relationship where like I was being cheated on and things were bad, it was kind of hard adjusting to that. And like, I had to learn that I can't, because of my past experiences, I couldn't put that on him, because that's not fair to him. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't doing anything bad. He wasn't like, there was a fine line of things that he wouldn't cross over to like make me feel some type of way. So I just feel like we always had those discussions and like reassurance. So I knew like, okay, but even then, like the reassurance wasn't doing nothing for me sometimes, because I'm just in my head and he's over in LA doing whatever, doing his music videos. I'm stressing the frick out on my couch, like these girls, like, oh my gosh. But then at the end of the day, like I just had to trust him and take his word. But it was really hard. It was. I was like, oh my gosh. Especially because like there was one time where I went to one of his music videos and something happened where I just wasn't comfortable, and the producer was like gonna let it happen, and I was like, frick no, like that's not happening. But even Jordan was like, bro, like come on, like why would that be okay? But I remember we had an argument because of it, but I was just like, oh my gosh. But I feel like now I'm just like in a better headspace, and I feel like because I was so new to me, I feel like being where I was and then just getting all that attention and like the following, and then like seeing everything that he had to do, was kind of a lot. But I don't know.
Did you ever have I mean, me and you went to the same high school.
Yeah.
And when I started popping off a little bit, now I haven't really popped off yet, but just a little bit. I've had some people try to come back into my life, like, I'm not saying like just girls
Yeah.
or guys. Like I'm saying like people who would never really talk to me. All of a
Oh,
sudden,
yeah.
oh, I'm so proud of you.
Most
blah, blah, blah.
definitely.
And some of them are good. And, like some of them are real friends, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, thank you. But did you kind of have the same experience?
Most definitely. I feel like a few times. But also, I don't know. I kind of just like, I just feel like I'm super nice. So even if it was like them just trying to gain something from it or whatever, like even to this day, I have people like, oh, can you share this? And I do not mind reposting. I don't mind sharing, like any of that, you know, especially like businesses and stuff like that. But when it's like you not supporting, you don't watch my videos,
Right.
you don't comment on my stuff, you don't like it, and then you DM me and you ask me like, hey, can you repost this? I'm trying to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, girl, like where's my support too? Like I feel like it should definitely go both ways. Like I don't think it's fair, and I don't know, I also have to have those boundaries because at the end of the day, like I do make my money off social media, so it's like I can't just be a free-for-all like, oh my gosh, yes, let me repost and get your business going, blah blah blah, because it also is just kind of like brand wise, it's just gonna affect me, you know what I mean? Like it's not a good look, I guess you could say.
And I don't think enough people really talk about like that. I mean, you're kind of like talking about your aesthetic of your page, and the reason why it's so important, and a lot of people don't know this because some people get offended if we don't repost our stuff. But what a lot of people don't realize is we had to obtain a certain image for brands to be appealed to work with us,
especially
so
if it's not like your vibe, you know what I mean? Like if it's not something that aligns with what you're doing, it just doesn't make sense. You know,
because one post could either bring in a deal or it could take away a deal, and it sounds very cutthroat, but it's true. And that's one thing I want to compliment you on. Well, you and Reese, is you guys have like one of the most aesthetically pleasing, like if I was the CEO of a company or a marketing company, I would look at your guys' pages and be like, whatever they need, give it to them. Where did you learn to, was it through Reese or was it just trial and error? Where did you learn to build a certain aesthetic, and how did you come up with, okay, this is who I want to be, or did it kind of just naturally progress?
I feel like it kind of naturally happened. I mean, even our manager too, like I have such a great manager, like she's been a manager for all of us. But I feel like I know what I want to put out on social media. Like I do beauty, lifestyle, and like fashion. So I feel like that's really all that I post. And brands like to see that. Like they want to see the consistency of like what you're into. Cause I feel like if your page is like everywhere and you're doing a little bit of everything, it's kind of like, okay, well, what do you do, if that makes sense? You know what I mean? Like I don't even know how to like say that.
I think what you're saying, and I think a lot of people can take this advice, is whatever you put out there is how people are going to perceive you. So meaning not just the general audience, but brands. You know, brands want to work with certain brands. You know, if you're doing health and beauty, you can't just be rolling around looking crazy, you know, like you had to, and it's not that extreme, but you have to kind of get it to a certain visually appealing aspect. And I think a lot of people who are trying to get into social media could really take that advice. And I mean, I was going to ask that later on, like what would be your advice to girls that are trying to get into it? But I think you kind of hit it on the nail right there. But kind of getting away from social media, real life happened. You got married this year.
I did.
Well, you got the ring, you got the rock.
Yeah, I did. I got an upgrade.
That's true. Because were you guys married through the court for? I don't remember.
Yeah, so we basically, so this is how it happened. We were supposed to just us five go to the court, get married, and then boom, tell everybody.
Yeah.
And we just kept sitting on it because we had decided back in 2023.
Because he proposed, I didn't know you guys when he proposed. When did he propose again?
He proposed in 2022.
Oh, wow.
Or no, was it? No, like 2023. Like December 2023. Wait, what year are we in right now? 25. Anyways, like 3 years ago he proposed. No, 2 years ago he proposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago
There
he
you go.
proposed. And we had decided we were going to do a wedding, but then we're like, let's just go to the court because weddings are so expensive. And I was like, during that time, like, we were making decent money, but I was just like, I really cannot see us, like, working so hard and gathering all this money for
Yeah.
one day. And so it was supposed to be us 5, go to the courthouse, get married, tell our family, surprise them, tell our friends, surprise them. And then we were just sitting on it because we were waiting for May 18th to come because we've always wanted our wedding to be on May 18th so we can keep our anniversary date like forever, because some people get married on a certain day and then they'll have 2 dates, and we wanted to just keep May 18th. And so time was going on. It's almost getting closer to May 18th. He wants his Uncle Bubby to marry us. And then we find out you can get married anywhere. So he calls his Uncle Bubby. He's like, hey, I really want you to marry us. And then we want to surprise the whole family, so don't say nothing. And then he's like, okay. He calls like a couple days later and he's like, I really think you should have your family there. Like, you're going to regret it.
Yeah.
So Jordan gets in his head. And honestly, I'm so glad that it happened. Everything happened the way it did. But then last minute, here we are planning a party and the ceremony and looking for a location to get married. So it was so stressful, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. And I'm so glad that we did have like our close
Yeah.
family and friends there. So yeah, but now we're officially married. We just turned in our license 2 weeks ago, I think.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so yeah.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
I had to go backwards because you said something in your story and something popped in my
Yeah,
head.
it was like, oh.
You have a company named Vega. I wanted to ask you about it because I thought it was like very, very aesthetically pleasing. It fit your aesthetic, and a lot of people still wear it.
Yeah.
You have a clothing brand, if they don't know, and makeup.
Well, it was actually exclusive.
Oh, yeah.
So it was exclusive just for the pop-up, my very first pop-up. I was like, I want to do some shirts. And I still get asked to this day. They're like, can you do more shirts? But honestly, I put Vega on a hold, and I feel like life just kind of started getting very busy for me. And also, like, if I put something out, like, I want to 100% love it. And I just haven't really sat down to find the things that I love, like the lashes or the makeup.
Right.
So I don't know, like, it's kind of just on the back burner right now. Like, I really just, and I'd rather be all in and really love what I'm going to sell rather than just selling something to make some money.
Right.
Like, I don't want to do that. And so, yeah, that's crazy that you asked about that, because I have not been thinking about Vega at all.
Maybe I just planted a little nugget there.
Maybe.
No, I think it's awesome though that you do want to put your heart behind it, because a lot of people would just see the bills and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I want to make some money." But the fact that you have so much passion behind it, I think that's why so many people are, when you do drop, you sell out in like
Yeah.
minutes. And I think it's because they feel that, oh, this is really exclusive. I really want
Yeah.
this. But you got busy. Is that because we had a son, Apollo?
That too, because you know what? I started it even after I had Apollo, so it wasn't really that. I think it's just life itself, like adjusting to becoming a mom of 3. And now that he's older, he was like way more active. And then, of course, we were planning on getting married. We were moving. We
Right.
had so many trips coming up. And so I just feel like, and then the holidays came. And it's just like, when the holidays are here, man, you're so busy.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, and then we moved here. And I don't know. I feel like I've just been, especially now more than ever, I just feel like I'm on this path, and I'm just like, I know what I want and I'm going.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe eventually I might get back to Vega, but as of right now, it's just kind of like, it's
Yeah.
there, you know?
Can you tell me a little bit about where you see yourself? Like, do you have it by like metrics, like a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, or do you have just like, this is kind of the ideal life I want to live? Like, what are some like some big topics that you really want to, center your life around?
Dang, I definitely don't have a 5-year plan, but I just feel like recently, like, I've just been attracting like different opportunities. Like, I'm getting great brand deals. I'm like locking in on myself, and I feel like I've been so consistent, and I just feel like it's been going good, and I just feel like I've been blessed and things are kind of like falling in my lap. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, I just feel so good. I feel like I'm in just like a good place. I don't know what switched around. Maybe it was like my mental. I don't even know, but
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'm going somewhere. I don't really have like specifics, but I'm just like, things
Yeah.
are just going so good
Right.
right now. So
Well,
I don't know.
how do you said something in there, you've been focusing more on yourself. Being a mother of three, I imagine that's pretty tough to do.
It
How do you
is.
balance, being a mother, being a wife, and trying to better yourself and push yourself forward?
It's hard, trust me. Like, there's some days harder than others, or like even sometimes weeks where I get in this funk and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I feel so overwhelmed, or like even just like being a girl and your hormones changing and stuff like that. Like, it can be a lot. And then I feel like kids naturally just attach to the mom, and it's like, mom, 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 mom. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But I just feel like I have a great partner that helps me balance everything, because honestly, without him and like having that support and like us tag teaming everything, I don't think I could do a lot of the stuff that I do, or even having a routine. Like, we have a really good routine, and like our weeks kind of are the same, but every day could be different. And so it's just all communication, and like me just expressing to him like, hey, I need help in this area. Like, I want to do this and I can't because of this. And so we just sit down, talk about it. We figure out what we can do to
Yeah.
where we could both be successful and do the things we want to do, because Reese has his own thing going on. Like, he has STG, he does soccer, he
Yeah.
does TikTok lives, and like, he has his own things going on. And then I'm here and I do like beauty, or, I like to just do a lot of girly things, go to dinner with my girls, or, I don't know, even being a mom like does consume a lot of my
Yeah.
day, because I'm cooking, I'm grocery shopping, doing all the things. But I just really feel like it all comes down to like having a great partner, like
Yeah.
to tag team everything, because it does become a lot.
Yeah. I think you're one of the most like traditional Latina, like, because whenever I come over, you're always like, hey, you want something to eat? You want something to drink?
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to see, like, my grandma used to do that, and my tias and my mom does that. And now, like, seeing people our age, and we don't really have,
I don't feel like you see a lot of tradition or
yeah,
anything like that
you don't
anymore.
really see that no more. So the
Yeah.
fact that you were able to carry that on is awesome. Where did,
I just feel like it's important, and I know you're gonna ask me where it comes from, right?
yeah.
I feel like my mom was such a great wife to my dad. Like, meals were always hot, his clothes were always ironed, he'd come home from work, and like the house would be clean, his dinner would be made fresh, ready and hot on the table. On the weekends he didn't work, so like he'd wake up to breakfast, we'd
Oh,
wake up to like cleaning and stuff like that. So I feel like I get a lot of that from my parents. But even like just my dad, like teaching me like certain things to do around the house. And then there was a time where my dad was in a really bad accident and he almost died. So he had fractured like 3 ribs, his ear freaking tore off,
oh
and
my
they
gosh.
saved it. Like,
Yeah.
it was a really bad accident. And my mom was away for a few months, and so I kind of had to like be the mom of the house, and I was cooking for my dad, and I was taking care of my sister, or like waking up in the middle of the night and giving my dad his medicine. But I feel like a lot of it does just come from my parents. Like,
Yeah.
they did teach me a lot. And just even seeing my mom like be a great wife and mom, I kind of feel like I've carried on some of those things.
Yeah.
Even as far as like hosting, like everyone knows that I love hosting.
Yeah.
And our house, my mom and dad were always hosting parties, holidays. Like, our house was like the hangout spot. So I feel like I've kind of carried all of that, you know?
Does it ever
So
feel like when you get older, you take on, like, do
you
you ever,
do.
like, moments where, like, you're parenting or, like, you're talking to your kids and you're like, my mom used to say
Yes,
that.
the good and the bad. Because
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, damn, I didn't want to act like this, or I didn't want to say this because my mom used to do it and I hated it. And I'm like, I sound like my mom. I'm like, oh. And you sometimes have to break certain generational freaking
Yeah.
things. But Yeah, not to say my mom was like bad or
Yeah.
anything like that, but there's just like a little bit of things where I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be like my mom.
We all got those little ticks.
No, literally.
How would you say, if younger self were to see you now, how do you think that conversation would go? Like, do you think she'd be proud?
Oh my gosh, that literally makes me want to cry.
Oh.
I feel like she'd be definitely proud because I didn't think any of this was in the books for me at all. And I didn't even think I was gonna like find a great partner like the one that I have, and just even to just be financially like free and being able to do things for my kids that I wasn't able to do growing up, or I don't know. I'm just like so grateful, and I feel like the little girl in me would be like, dang girl, you did that.
Damn, where do you go from there? That
I know,
that almost got
right?
me right there. It's so weird because I kind of feel the same way. I grew up watching YouTube. I'm a YouTube kid.
Yeah.
Like, I've always wanted to do YouTube, and now like I have a podcast on here,
Yes.
and I love all the viewers, and I see the views go up, and I'm only 3 videos in, and it's just so cool because it's so like, wow, like I really, really wanted to do that. And
Yeah.
doing social media, or not just social media, but YouTube, more so YouTube than social media. Being a YouTuber was something
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do. And just the fact that like,
You're doing
I'm
it.
kind
You're
of doing
here.
it. It's kind of crazy. So I wanted to ask you, did you ever have like, well, my first dream was the NFL.
Yeah.
That was my first dream. But then, Mexicans,
Yeah.
shorter than 6 foot, it probably does not going to work out. So I realized that dream pretty quickly.
You dreamed pretty big, and that was fine.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be a backup dancer for Chris Brown, so that definitely didn't happen.
You know what's funny? It's like a little inside joke. How Reese is with Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Because Reese actually met Chris Brown.
Yeah, he did.
And were you guys together? Because I know he has a picture with him. Were you guys... Did he know that you loved Chris Brown at that point?
We didn't even, like, when he met Chris Brown, we weren't even together. That was before me.
Oh.
Yeah, and he got to meet, like, Drake, Camila Cabello, freaking a whole bunch of artists. I was like, damn, must be nice.
Yeah, I wish I got a little bit of that. Yeah. I'm super happy I'm doing this podcast. Like, I think it's so fulfilling for me. I love hearing stories like yours. And it's a little bit harder because maybe when I interview people that I don't really know, it'll be a lot more like, oh, wow. You know, because a lot of these stories I've heard parts of it, not the full thing like this. But you also do YouTube.
Yeah, I do.
And I kind of wanted to just talk about Reese and Ray, like how that started, because when you guys started out the gate, it was moving.
It was so good.
How is it now trying to not only come up with ideas, but how do you guys stay relevant for so long? Because I mean, I told him this on his podcast. Like, he's been doing this for a long time, but now you've been doing it for a long time as well. So how does that brainstorm process goes? Or
We have been doing it for a while, but I just feel like you kind of have to just like get creative. Sometimes it is really hard, and you'll even see like some YouTubers, like, they kind of just like feed off each other, like, hey, that was a great idea, like, let's try it, or let's put a little twist to it. And so just that. But I feel like a lot of people just like to see what's going on in your life. Like, people are nosy. I'm nosy. When I watch someone, like, girl, give me the tea.
Yeah.
And so it's like they just want to know what's going on. They want to feel a part of your family, and like they just want to see. And I feel like because our whole, like, my in-laws, we all do social media, I feel like that's also what helps keep us relevant. Now our family's just growing even more, so I feel like everyone loves to just see us and like just see what's going on in the family, like what's Jay Cook and Sally's doing, what's Jersey and Anthony doing, like how's the babies, and like all of that. So I feel like we kind of all just like help and grow together, and like they love to see us together. But even as far as like just us and my little family, I feel like they want to see the girls grow up. They want to see Apollo grow up. They want to know like what's new with Rayleen and Jordan. So I feel like we just have like a great fan base that love us deeply, and I just feel like they just want to see like us grow and see what's going on.
I'm happy you brought that up, because
Dun dun dun.
You guys have some awesome fans and a lot of supporters, but I will say it hasn't always been that way.
Oh no.
And I think now you guys have changed the narrative a bit. Like now it's like all family positivity and stuff like that. But how was it dealing with that sort? Because I feel like people were nitpicking everything in your life and kind of just making situations out to what they're not to be. Even with your in-laws, like they'll say, certain things. We won't say anything specific. But how is it dealing with that? And because I know me, I haven't dealt with that yet.
Yeah.
So this is me genuinely asking because I know there's been times where I'll type something because I'm starting to get some of those comments.
It just makes you like, oh, I gotta say something. It's kind of hard sometimes, but I just feel like no matter what, how big, how small you are, whatever, there's always going to be people out there that don't want to see you do good. They want to pick the bad and make certain narratives, but also like that also helps keep you relevant. Like not everyone is going to like you. And sometimes you do need those haters to keep watching you because they talk about you. Even though they don't even know it, they're supporting you.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, like I feel like our family, we just have like an understanding, you know what I mean? And like what we go through in real life, none of us are perfect. What we go through in real life, that's for us. That's not for the internet. It will never be brought to the internet.
Yeah.
And so it's just like we would never tear each other down on the internet. Like we're family. We're not supposed to do that. So I just feel like that's just how we roll. And I mean, let them talk. At the end of the day, like you're bringing attraction to all of our pages. So
yeah, thanks for the views.
Yeah, thank you. It is what it is. And I don't know. It's just like, it's like when you don't like a certain brand and a brand's just not for you. Like I could like Skims and you could be like, oh my God, I hate Skims. Like I would never wear that. I would never buy that. But it's like, not everyone's going to like the same things. That's what makes everyone different. So
well,
same with people.
I also want to ask you, because we haven't really had a chance to talk about it. How is it being a mother of a son now?
I love it. I feel like everyone's always like, oh, once you have a son, like it's gonna be so different. And I'm just like, I'm still waiting on that. Because like, what do you mean it's gonna be different? I feel like I love all my kids like equally.
Right.
But I just love it because I feel like he used to be such a daddy's boy. And I feel like now he's starting to become like a mommy's boy. And he's like more like he just wants to hug me and go to sleep. And I'm like, oh, I love this. But I love being a boy mom because I just feel like, I don't know, like I have a son and I have like a little mini Reese. Like it's so cute.
Yeah. And he's just like Reese.
He is. Oh my gosh, to the T. Like I basically had a copy and paste of him. So
it's so weird, like, because I honestly don't remember him as a baby. Like I feel like he's like a grown man.
No, like he just grew overnight.
Yeah,
it happened
like
fast.
I remember him like kind of hugging me back in the day, like because like you said, he was like more like
and he
welcoming.
loves all of you guys. Like STG, he wants to watch you guys all freaking day.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm tired of hearing this. No.
Yeah, and now like when I see him, I'm like, I gotta dap you up. Like I can't just hug you. Like what's up?
He has
How you
so
doing,
much
sir?
personality too.
Where do you think he gets? Is it all Reese, or do you ever see like little glimpses of him and you? Because I'll be honest, I only see Reese, but you're the mom, so you probably see things like, oh, that's me.
Yeah, no, I definitely see a little bit of both. Even with the girls too. Like I feel like they have a little bit of both of our personalities, but I just feel like we're just funny. Like I don't know, like I feel like we have a lot of the same traits. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to tell, like, who is he doing? Like, who is he picking this up off of? Because I feel like we're kind of the same. Yeah. So.
And, okay, you're a mom, but I also want to ask you, like, what are your next big projects that you want to, like, really focus on? Or is it just being the best version of yourself? Is there anything that's in the pipeline that you have, like, a goal, like I've always wanted to do this and I'm going to make it happen, whether it's like a trip or a business decision? Like, is there any goals that you have for yourself?
I feel like as of right now, nothing like super major. I feel like I'm just kind of like learning to lock back in on myself because for a little bit I was just kind of like, I was doing my favorite things, but not really like pouring and giving it my all. And so I feel like lately I've just been learning to pour into myself and do things 100% and just like really lock in, because I feel like I have so much potential, but I feel like being a mom and like a wife and holding down the household, I feel like it kind of just like took a toll on me to where like I was doing things, but I wasn't like applying that pressure. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't going fully all the way in. So I feel like just like locking in on myself, and then I don't know, I
Yeah.
just more opportunities, you know?
Right.
And like I feel like things have been just going so good with my management and like getting brand deals. And I mean, I got my first car.
Oh
And so I
yeah.
feel like that's something big that I just accomplished that I've never done before. And so I just feel like I'm just going to keep evolving, and like there's just so much out there for me to do, and I feel like I'm just going to do it when the time is right.
Yeah.
So
Congratulations on the new car, by
thank
the way.
you.
What was that decision making process? Like, did you wake up that day like I'm gonna buy a car, or was it like
No, it was in the works for sure. I was like, I need a second car because I'm getting busy and I hate being stranded at home. We only have one car. And for a little bit, it was good because, you know, I wasn't doing too much. And then it got to the point where I was like, damn, like we got to plan around each other's schedules. Jordan's getting busy. I'm busy. And it's like, I needed a car.
yeah?
And if something were to happen, like I just wanted to be able to have a car. If I wanted to just up and go, I want to up and go. Like, I don't want to have to be like, oh my gosh, I'll wait for you to get home and then I'll
Yeah.
leave. And so I was like, I need to just lock the frick in, get my own damn
Yeah.
car. And so I was like, that's my goal. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a car. And it happened. So,
And you guys got a new house. Like,
yeah.
this is still brand new.
Oh, for sure.
Oh.
I don't even, we've only been in here for like 6 months, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all happened super, super quick.
Yeah, it did, because the day after we got married, we moved in.
Moved in.
And then that following week we went on our honeymoon, and I was just like, any advice? Do not do what we did, because I wish we got to just soak in the fact that we are married and that we just had a wedding. And I feel like it was just like boom, 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 go. And I was just like, damn, like I don't even feel like I got married. I
Yeah.
feel like it was just a little party at the house. So definitely soak it in. Don't
Yeah.
freaking do a whole bunch after.
Still a beautiful home.
No, it is. I do. I love it. I mean, we're still renting.
Yeah.
Eventually we'll start working on our forever home.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's gonna happen when it's supposed to. I just
Yeah.
feel like one thing about me and him, some things Jordan will rush because he's so impulsive. He's like, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
Like once he has his mind set on something, he won't stop until it's done.
Yeah.
And he gets to it or does it. And so me, on the other hand, I'm like, okay, like it's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. I don't ever really force anything. So I'm like, when the time comes and when the time's right, we're gonna get our forever home. So
And in your
I'm not
dream
in no
world,
rush.
are you still in Arizona?
Yeah. I don't have any, like, I don't mind being in Arizona. We have no natural disasters.
Right.
I'll be damned if I'm living somewhere surrounded by water or where there's tornadoes. I'm not doing that. No. So Arizona is good. But of course, like, we want like acres, and I just want like a big backyard. If I were to ever live anywhere, it would probably be Atlanta. When we went out there, I fell in love, and I could so live out there.
Yeah.
And just live like my acres and country girl freaking fantasy out there. Because I just really love greenery. Like, I love to just see trees and grass. And
I feel like lately more than ever, you guys together have been kind of leaning towards a lot more like just open land,
Oh, yeah, for
acres.
sure.
Would you say you're more of a country girl now or more of a city girl?
oh my gosh. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit of both, because I love some city like lights, nighttime vibes, and like, I don't know, but Seattle has a little bit of both. So I might be able to get 2 in 1 out there. But I do love the idea of just like acres and like raising my kids and just having just a view to look at every day. Like, imagine going into your backyard and just seeing like beautiful trees, acres of grass, and like your kids playing, drinking your coffee.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah.
Beautiful. I want that in my life.
Right? Me too.
Well, Rayleen, I feel like our time is coming to a close.
Dang it.
I know. I had such a good time.
Me too. This is fun.
But
Thank
I just
you for
wanted
having me.
of course, thank you for being on. I think I just want to tell you, I know I told you in the beginning, but I am super, super proud of you and how far you've
Thank
come.
you.
I know you didn't know me in high school, but I
Yeah.
knew you. It was,
I'm sorry.
it's funny. I was talking to my grandma, and because shout out my grandma, she's gonna love this.
Oh.
Because I was talking to her about who my next guest was gonna be,
Yeah.
which is you, and you know, I told her like, oh, I'm really excited because me and her went to high school together, and we could
Yeah.
talk about all these things. And she was like, oh, like, do you guys have any memories in high school? I'm like, no, she didn't know me.
She told me hi once passing me, but that was it.
You know what's funny? I actually don't remember if me and you ever really
I don't think we ever
interacted.
did. I don't think so either, because Athena always would tell me, like, you don't remember Joel? I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I don't remember Joel. But also, like, I was in my own little world.
That's true.
And I feel like I was doing a little bit of everything. And I just feel like I was such a social, bubbly, like, person. But I did also have, like, a different friend group. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You
So
were with the
I just feel
popular
like that's why
kids.
we didn't pass, like, you know, I was Logie with the popular kids. I was the popular kid. I'm just kidding. I feel like we didn't cross paths because we weren't supposed to yet. Now look at us.
Yeah.
We crossed paths and we're here. I'm on your podcast.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
It was funny. I missed the Friday nights.
I know.
The
The
Friday
Friday
night.
night football.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Those were so fun. I feel like Westview had the best Friday night football games.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I feel like once like Stacy and that grade left, I feel like
Yeah, it
once
changed.
that football team left, football went.
Okay, well,
Downhill. You're like,
well, speak for yourself. We actually, the year you left is the year.
Swear.
No,
Oh, damn.
okay, we started off 0-5. It was really bad, but then
Yeah.
we went on this Cinderella story run, and we made it to the semifinals, which
Period.
is the closest Westview team has gone since like
Period.
maybe that team.
Yeah.
But no, well, okay, since we're on the topic of Westview, we
Yeah.
went to high school together. We said it a million times.
Yeah.
What was your lunch? Because, bro, I would tear up them pizzas.
My favorite lunch, well, in my freshman year, they used to sell Hot Pockets and you used to buy lemonade for $1.
Really?
And you'd get like a 32 ounce of lemonade for $1. Yes. So that, but I like those little like cheese twist thingies. Like the
Cheese-
stuffed
Oh,
cheese
with the
sticks.
marinara?
Yes,
Oh.
bro. Those were my jam. I loved those. But also, like, by the time lunchtime came, I low-key would like ditch and I wouldn't be at school. I would be eating Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
Yes.
Oh, you were bougie. You were able to drive.
My first time eating Chick-fil-A was my junior year.
Oh.
Yeah, I had it that one time and I was like, damn, like now I got to work really hard and
Yeah.
put in some extra hours to get Chick-fil-A.
You
Because
know-
my first job was at Rue 21. Ever since I was 16, I've always had a job. Because I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I need my own money. I have a box phone. I need an iPhone. I need clothes. I need makeup. So once I turned 16, best believe I got a job. And I bought the makeup I wanted, the clothes I wanted, the
Yeah.
iPhone. So, yeah.
I think my food from Westview was McDonald's in the morning or Bosa Donuts.
Oh, because it was right there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Both
Bro,
of
that
them.
was like the hangout spot after school because my parents wouldn't like, they would get off at like 3, sometimes 4. So I'd have to go to like McDonald's or Taco Bell and like hang out. But McDonald's, the hot and spices after school would hit. Oh my gosh, they were so good. Or I would go to Colados.
Yeah,
Colados
Colados.
was good.
You know what was a place we never went to? That Burger King. Oh.
I liked that Burger King. They had the 4 for $4.
I mean, the Burger King was good, but the kids who would hang out, or maybe
Oh,
yeah, that Burger King was a little.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy, but like also like those are my type of people. I liked the crazy people.
You know, a lot of people say like they don't miss high school. I had a great
I
time in
had
high
a
school.
great time in high school too until I got pregnant, but
Well,
it was fun.
Oh yeah.
Not that it was bad, but I mean your life changes, bro.
Right.
Once you get pregnant, I was like, damn,
Yeah.
what was I made?
And we didn't peak in high school, okay? We're not. We didn't peak in high school. We haven't
Yeah.
even peaked yet.
Yeah, literally.
But yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Super proud of you.
Thank you.
Being great. Bring back Vega, respectfully.
Maybe. Maybe we could put something in the works. I don't know.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yes. Bye.